What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JellyGoonTv. Welcome back to all you beautiful people on YouTube. Welcome back to this beautiful channel, and thank you so much for the new viewers to check it out, of course. Today we have another video we're gonna react to, but before we get to that, I please want to say, please do support your YouTuber by watching the ads on these videos. It's very important so we can get money to new content. I'm currently saving up for a new computer so I could do live reactions with you guys and everything like that. So yeah, without further ado, today we have another video. We're gonna react to Russia, interesting facts about Russia. So this is gonna be amazing. We're gonna see if there's some new things that we're gonna, stumble upon. It would be amazing, man. So yeah, anyway, watch the video with me and comment down below if you agree or disagree with these facts, if they're true or false. Please let me know down below. So yeah, without further ado, let's get in.
Russia, the largest country in the world, located in the north of Eurasia, covering 11 time zones. Once Churchill said, Russia is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. So let's try to figure it out. Let's start. Russia is a cold country. It's true. In some northern cities of Russia like Yakutsk, those who own cars have to park their vehicles in heated garages with a blanket wrapped around the battery. And when they drive, they keep the engine running all day. It is the largest country in the world, with an area of 17 million square kilometers. That is twice more than the United States. But actually, only 35% of that territory is suitable for living. The remaining 65% is occupied by permafrost. The agricultural season in most parts of the country is just 2 to 4 months. For comparison, in Europe and the US, it is 8 to 9 months. The landscape varies from tundra, steppes, forests, to mountains and subtropical beaches.
That is beautiful. Wow.
Russia has several major parts. The European part, the South, the Urals, Siberia, and the Far East. 77% of the population lives in the European part of the country, and here it's mostly uninhabited.
Really?
The most typical landscape of Russia will be something like this.
That's crazy, man. Let me pause here. I just want to say I did not know 77% of Russian people live in the European part of Russia, because the rest of the world, the rest of their country is not inhabitable. Like 27% is only there, man. That's some crazy stuff, though. I actually thought they lived more spread out, but apparently they don't. That's crazy. Imagine that. Wow, that's many people, man. Shit. What beautiful. Let's go.
2016. According to the International Monetary Fund, Russia ranks 12th in terms of nominal GDP. The economy is predominantly based on raw materials, which comes as no surprise knowing the enormous natural reserves of Russia. First place in the world in natural gas and forest reserves.
Wow.
6th place in oil reserves. 2nd place in coal reserves, and so much more. The World Bank estimates the value of all Russia's natural resources at $75 trillion. Impressive, right? Since Russia was so lucky with natural resources, it would seem logical that the average salary in the country should be no less than it is in Europe. But that's not the case.
Really?
In 2016, it was only 28,000 rubles, or $450 a month. So while the country is rich, the population is poor. As in many developing countries around the world, there is a huge income gap. Minimum salary is just $120, while the salary of a member of the Russian parliament is around $7,000 a month. Even professions that are considered to be well paid in the West get paid little in Russia. The average salary of a doctor is just $700 a month and $450 for a nurse.
But that's American compared,
70% of the economy. Therefore, the largest companies in Russia are state-owned raw materials companies like Gazprom and Rosneft, or monopolies like Russian Railroad and the Russian Post. As the case in the rest of the world, state-owned companies are not exactly examples of innovations in modern technologies. But what about private business? In Russia, there are some successful private companies such as Magnet, supermarket chain, Yandex, internet company, Tinkoff, online bank, Kaspersky Lab, VK Social Network, and others. But even they seem to be very much under the government control in terms of what they can and cannot do.
Let me pause here. I think there is a lack of freedom of speech in Russia, because when you have a company, now most people, they just live day-to-day basis. But imagine if you have so much influence and so much power over the country and people, there's some government regulations that is going to hold you back from saying whatever you want to say and, pay the interest in the country. Like, everywhere else, I guess. But that's kind of crazy. I actually didn't know there weren't that many private-owned companies in Russia, that everything is state-owned. But I guess compared to Soviet Union, I guess that's what they built their model off. I don't know. I have no idea, man. But it's basically capitalistic, right? So why not? I don't know. I have no idea. Tell me in the comments down below. Let's go.
And it's sad because at one point, Russia was one of the few countries where Google and Facebook actually faced local competition. But things turned dismal in the end. On the bright side, many services in Russia cost less than they do in the West. Taxi prices, the internet, electricity and cell communications, well below their Western counterparts. What then prevents Russia from taking a leading role in the world? There are a lot of reasons, but it's enough to mention corruption and endless bureaucracy, and you get the picture. 100 years ago, 85% of Russia's population was rural. Today, 3/4 live in the cities. Let's take a look at the biggest. Moscow. Moscow is the dream city for the majority of Russians. Salaries here are 3 to 5 times higher than in the rest of the country. The Moscow subway serves 9 million passengers a day. This is more than the subways of New York and London combined. Everybody's running and no one speaks English. That's how foreigners describe the city. In 2016, Moscow was the third city in the world with the largest number of billionaires. 60 people to be exact, just right after New York and Hong Kong.
Wow.
St. Petersburg. One of the most beautiful cities in Russia. North Venice, famous for its drawbridges and white nights. Foreigners adore St. Pete and say it reminds them of Paris and Rome. On Nevsky Prospect, there is a higher chance of hearing foreign speech than Russia.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Novosibirsk,
that's good.
the third largest city. It's a city in Siberia and the scientific capital of Russia. It's famous for its Akademgorodok, which accommodates several research institutions. One of the greenest cities in Russia.
Yekaterinburg is a phenomenal place with a deep history and a rich culture. The gateway between Europe and Asia, the hometown of Russia's first president, the world leader in consumption of mayonnaise, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. But seriously, Yekaterinburg is one of the most developed post-industrial areas in the country, which has its valuable natural and intellectual resources.
Kazan, the capital of Tatarstan, the largest port on the bank of the Volga. It has two cultures, Tatar and Russian, peacefully coexisting. The main attraction is, of course, the Kazan Kremlin. And the fastest growing city...
Let me pause here. So Tatar and Russians, what is that? Tatar must be Asians, right? That's beautiful that they live in peace. That's really beautiful. Wow, awesome, man. I actually didn't know that about Russia, but I think the further you come up in Russia, the more Asian they are, right? I don't think I'm wrong in that. I don't know, man, but wow. Beautiful. Let's go. Look at this.
Russia, Krasnodar.
That's
Many
gorgeous.
residents of the northern regions move here for
Russia
warmer
is
climate.
low-key beautiful.
It's near the mountains and only 2-hour drive from the Black Sea coast.
Gorgeous. Look at that. It has its own little
Villages
cuteness.
in Russia
like that.
are in a deplorable state. The rural population is shrinking everywhere. People are living for larger cities. Many villages have been abandoned altogether. Sadly, there is no place for them in modern Russia reality. In most villages today, the hope for a future is slowly disappearing, and with that disappears a very important part of the Russian culture.
Yeah. That is unfortunately the way that we live right now. That's sad.
Secondary education is very fundamental and is in no way inferior to the Western, and in many ways it surpasses it.
Nice.
Russia has been suffering from brain drain ever since the collapse of the USSR.
Let me pause there, man. Oh my God, look at those girls. Never mind. Anyway, damn. What was my point? My point was about education. I'm sorry, I just saw two gorgeous girls. I'm sorry about that. The point about education is that they actually surpassed Western countries? Wow. Russia's smart though. That's nice. They basically smarter than me. Everybody's smarter than me. But I'm just saying, man, that's kind of crazy. Low-key crazy. Because when you hear about Russia from other countries, you hear about this depressed country, this, you know, Russia low-key beautiful, man. Jeez. But the people is not giving the money, of course. I don't know about that. I'm not Russian. I'm not going to criticize anything that I don't know anything about. Unless I live there, of course. But low-key, damn, these girls. Anyway, let's move on.
Many people are overqualified for their positions, and in small towns there are simply no opportunities for them to build a career, which forces young professionals to move to Moscow or abroad.
So the education is good, but they have to,
In 2013, Russia was visited by 28 million tourists. The most popular destinations
20
are
million and
Moscow
one.
and St.
I'm
Pete,
gonna
of
go
course,
there too.
resorts of Krasnodar region, ski resorts, the
look
Golden
at
Ring
that.
of Russia, and cruises along the Volga. Foreigners love long trips along the Trans-Siberian Railroad, visiting Altai Mountains and Lake Baikal, traveling to Kamchatka volcanoes, and cruises on an icebreaker to the Russian Arctic National Park. By the way, Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world
you can go
and the
there?
largest source of fresh water on the planet. The Siberian taiga is the largest forest in the world, the lungs of the planet.
Really? The lungs of the planet. So Russia has the
Most
lungs
Russians live
of...
in modest apartments. Surprisingly, possessing enormous territories, Russians continue to build high-rise apartment buildings, 20 or more floors. Many Russians have summer houses, country cottages, where they can have picnics and grow vegetables and flowers all summer.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you.
Russia takes the third place in the world after the US and China in the length of railroads. The longest route is the Trans-Siberian Railroad from Moscow to Vladivostok. Crosses 7 time zones and almost takes a week.
Ooh, wait.
Public transport in large cities is well developed. You have trams, buses, trolleybuses, fixed route taxi buses. 7 cities have an underground subway.
Man, that's beautiful. Look at that. God damn,
Subway
Russia.
stations in Russia are generally works of art. Roads construction has always been a controversial issue. Most federal roads do not meet modern standards of quality and safety. Extremely small number of freeways. The construction of new roads is slow.
Hey.
Russia has its own car manufacturer, Avtovaz,
Russia is
whose
low-key
share in
there.
the Russian car market is 19% for 2016. The best-selling cars that same year were Hyundai Solaris, Lada Granta, and Kia Rio.
Hyundai.
Many foreigners come into Russia and expect to see lots of street crime and the Russian mob, and they're very surprised that in fact everything is civilized and peaceful. Nevertheless, the statistics don't lie. The murder rate for 100,000 people is 9.5. Compare that to the US where it's 3.8, Belgium
don't
where
make me
it's
scared of going to
1.8,
Russia, man.
and
Come on,
Canada
brother.
where it's 1.5.
I ain't got time for that bullshit.
At the same time, if you compare the statistics on rape for 2010, in Russia this figure was 3.4. In the US, 27.3, which is almost 10 times higher. In Belgium, 27.
Let me pause it. Damn, Russia. You motherfuckers are nice. You really do respect women. Damn. Why are these people trying to say you don't? 63 in Sweden? What the fuck? They got some hot girls over there, but don't rape. What the fuck, bro? 63 in Sweden? What the Nah, that's our retarded brothers, man. I can't. God damn. Sweden, you're supposed to be this country that is beautiful. 63 fucking %? Why? Damn, let's go.
0.9.
Damn,
and
Russia,
in
that's
Sweden,
nice.
63.5. So 20 times higher. So where are you going to feel safer traveling with your wife and daughter?
Well, definitely not Sweden.
Despite the fact that there is free medicine in Russia, the quality of services is very low. Life expectancy is just 65 years for men and 76 for women. At the same time, the birth rate in Russia is higher than it is in Europe, 13.3 per 1,000 people versus the European Union 10.1.
Nice.
Dealing with government agencies, whether obtaining any kind of certificate, going to the police, etc., is associated with a huge loss of time and stress.
Really?
According to Corruption Perception Index from Transparency International, Russia is among the 50 most corrupt countries in the world.
Oh, damn.
Customer service in Russia has traditionally been at a low level. Often you can meet the lack of smiles and indifference of employees.
Let me pause here, but I just want to say one thing. When you come to a different culture, right? So when you come to another country, you have to expect that it's not like your home country. See, this is the problem I have about tourists and about little bitches who complain all a lot about other cultures, right? The one thing that you have to understand is Russian, they don't smile a lot because smiling is a weakness or something like that, right? You only smile to your friends. You're not an idiot. You don't smile all the time. You're not this happy, like all the time, right? Like they say Americans are, Danish people are, whatever. Like, Russians are different. Now, I'm so sick and tired of hearing these tourists complaining about this shit when you come to other cultures. Other cultures are different than yours. Don't judge the rest of the world on your little country. Like, many Danish people, they do that. And it's fucking annoying. It is the most annoying thing in the world, man. But anyway, big ups to you, Russia. I'm coming visiting you, St. Petersburg. Get ready for that, man. Let's go. Coronavirus, get the fuck out the way.
Vladimir Putin's been in power since 1999, and is probably gonna stay that way. Truth is, most Russians simply vote for the person they show on TV the most. Freedom of speech has been compromised, and many journalists... Oh shit, it's the KGB knocking on my door. Russian cuisine is very tasty, but it almost never falls into the top world ratings. Perhaps because it doesn't have an abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables, as well as a large number of fatty and flour dishes, mayonnaise and pickles. Today, pizza, burgers, and sushi can be found everywhere.
Really?
In 2001, less than 13% of Russians preferred grain coffee. And in 2015, it was 41%.
Okay.
Foreigners love to visit fast food places in Russia.
Let me pause. I just want to say one thing. Look, there's so many people talking about KFC that is so great, right? But I gotta say, man, I really don't like the chicken. I tried it once time, and I'm gonna try it again. But I really want to see if it was the chicken that I got. But it was disgusting. It was American style, like with the outside. And when you bite that, the chicken comes. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point? I want chicken. If I go to a chicken shop, I want the chicken. I don't want the seasoning or whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, there was too much on. I don't know why. I think I'm just not used to it. But I give it a chance again, of course. Yeah, I will. So Russia, KFC, Thailand, KFC. I'm gonna try. Let's go.
First, they can offer you beer.
What?
And secondly, they're much cleaner and nicer than in the US. No homeless people here.
In the US.
The food scene has improved dramatically. You now have burger places, craft beer bars, Asian restaurants, and so on. It's no secret that Russian women are beautiful. Even the slightest excuse to go out will make them want to apply makeup and put on high heels. Russians are very different from Europeans and Americans. A smile without a reason does not always find understanding. Try to smile at someone on the subway. Most likely, you will simply be ignored, or they will regard it as flirting. In Russia, it is considered weird to smile at people that you don't know.
Totally understand that.
Most Russians are very patriotic. They like to have tea and vodka parties in the kitchen and argue about politics and life in general.
Yes, they do.
Foreigners get surprised to learn that cold Russians can become very hospitable people.
They can.
Russian is the second most popular language on the internet after English, and one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations.
Nice.
But do Russians speak English? Actually, let's find out.
Woo!
Excuse me.
Okay, you got a kid, never mind.
No, okay.
Noon, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. I'm just,
excuse me, guys.
I'm sorry, I love you. English? I do.
No, okay.
No, I seen this video, man. Come on, bro.
Hey, excuse me, do you speak English? No, okay.
Well, apparently not so many.
Let me pause here. I just wouldn't stand in the street. Excuse me, do you speak English? Excuse me, do you speak English? I would go around look for myself, man. I ain't no goddamn puppy. I'm gonna find it myself, man. Besides, you got fucking Google Maps, bro. Really? Let's go.
In Russia, sports are very popular. Football indisputably holds a leading position. No, also popular are hockey, basketball, volleyball, and boxing. Russia is known throughout the world for its achievements in gymnastics and figure skating. In recent years, the popularity of a healthy lifestyle is becoming noticeable.
I love this video.
In large cities, many fitness centers have opened up. Also, lots of ski resorts. In winter, such unusual sports are popular like rally on ice, winter kiting, and even winter cycling. Russian is the second most popular language on the internet after English, and one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations.
That's crazy.
Russians have many unique traditions such as visiting bathhouses or banyas, swimming in the ice hole, in a 20-degree below temperature.
We do that
winter
shit in Denmark too, Sweden, Norway.
Long celebrations and saying long toasts.
Man, I love
Russia is a wonderful country.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful nature, wonderful people, and a harsh climate with endless territory.
Wow.
I think Russia has great potential and many opportunities.
It does.
And what do you think about Russia?
I'm fascinated about Russia. I really am. That's some crazy stuff, man. I like it. Let me pause here. Alright, so the link is down below. Go over and check this guy out. Show him massive support. He's an awesome guy, man. Alright, so he asked the question, what do I think about Russia? Why am I so interested in Russia? Why do I always react to Russian content? Why? Well, first of all, there's a lot of Russians that's watching my videos, so it will make sense if I react to Russian. But my first intent, I'm gonna come to what I think about Russia in a second. My first attempt on this YouTube was actually to doing travel things and everything, and culture things and everything. So I reacted to Russian videos, and Russians, they seem like caring. So I wanted to, deep into their culture and see what is going on, because I have to start somewhere. I have to start with a country somewhere in the world. And Russia was the people who took great care of me. They showed me respect. They showed me love. They showed me hatred. They showed me every single thing in the YouTube comments. They chat with me. They do everything, man. It seemed like fucking awesome people. That's why I got so interested into YouTube content in Russia. That's why. And now I reacted to a lot of videos. I think 90% of my videos is from Russia, of course. But I really do think that they're great people. I really do. But back to, what do I think about Russia? What I think about Russia is, I think Russia is a misunderstanding country. And what I mean about that is, many people, they misunderstand Russia for being this harsh, evil, sadistic country. That's basically what everybody they talk about when they're trying to talk about their propaganda about Russia. They're trying to, dish and everything. Now, Russia does have a lot of corruption. But first thing that I never judge a country on is the government or the police. Now, human rights and everything, of course, 100%. Gotta treat the people right. But what I'm looking at is the culture, the stereotypes about that culture, the hatred, the propaganda about that culture. And I'm trying to analyze and match it. And you see many times when you do this, that the two things, the propaganda and the real thing, it's going right between each other. It's nothing whatsoever what people, they tell you it is. Now, what I think about Russia is, it's a misunderstanding country, and it's a beautiful country with a lot of culture, with a lot of growth, with a lot of potentials. Like you just said, Russian people are beautiful people. Just because you don't smile on the fucking subway, we don't do that in Denmark too. You don't see no motherfucker going up to you and smile. You would think that weird ass fuck is doing something wrong, right? You just don't smile. Maybe when you sit next to one, of course we crack a little smile because we from the West. We like to be nice. But in Russia, they have a different culture, so they don't do that. I respect that. When I come to Russia, I respect that. Because when you come to another country, you have to respect the culture that is there. And I love Russia for everything they have. Their history, definitely. Their goddamn history. Look, bro, in St. Petersburg, Russia has a fucking museum with millions of displays. That shit alone will to explain you what Russia is all about. It's about history. It's about a long-term patriot, anarchy, whatever you want to call it. Like, people, they love their country. And that's what the culture that I'm right now focusing on. So that's why I love Russia, and I think highly of Russia. I want to visit St. Petersburg when this coronavirus is over and basically take you a guide through Russia. Me, you know what I mean? Like, my story, my history about Russia, everything. We're gonna do everything. My, trip through Russia. I want to take you guys with me, of course. It would be a beautiful video, a beautiful vlogs, couple of vlogs. So you're gonna follow me day to day in St. Petersburg while I try to survive Russia. I think I'm gonna call it Surviving Russia. I don't know. Who knows, right? But yeah. Anyway, guys and girls, please check the link down below. Go over and check this guy, man. He's so polite. He's really doing the best for Russia. He's trying to look at the positive things. But 3.6 in rate. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's good, Russia. That's really nice. I like that a lot. And that's misconstrues everything that people say about you. But anyway, guys and girls, if you love this video, please hit the like button down below. It'd be massively appreciated always, as you show support, of course. And I really want to hear your opinion about Russia. What is your opinion about Russia, and what do you love about Russia? Please leave a comment down below. I'll be excited to listen to it, to hear it. It would be beautiful, man. So please do that. Anyway, guys and girls, we almost at 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be massively appreciated if you would subscribe and hit that notification button so you get updated on the newest videos that come to this channel and you become a member of the JellyGoon squad. Welcome to the family, brother. I love you, motherfuckers. Peace.